Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Non-linear data structure, and we know that because the non-linear data structure is a data structure and in which a data item is connected to several other data items. So one good example for non-linear data structures here we can say as the trees and graphs. So this is the diagram about our trees in this case here. So we can say that means here a non-linear data structure, it is a linear, that means non-linear data structure, and in which the data item, why, because the data item is called as a node in this case here. So is connected, that means one node is connected to another node, so is connected to several other data items, and such non-linear, so that the given possibility is that to reach one or more data items, and such non-linear data structure represents hierarchical relationship. That means here we can say that this one is the root node and all those are the child node. Okay here. So this is the parent node, this one is the child node, and these are the child node, and this one is called as the parent node here. So we can say that means non-linear data structure represents hierarchical relationship, and each data item is called as a node in this case here. That means whatever we can use the word as the data item, the node, everything is the same here. So each data item called a node in this case here. And the good example for our non-linear data structures we can take, or we can say as the trees and graphs in this case. Now let's see. Well, because here some of the important points are there. So some of the important points are here it uses the memory efficiently. So whatever the memory they want here, such non-linear data structure uses the memory efficiently, and the continuous memory allocation is required. It will get the continuous, if they want any memory allocation it will get very easily in this case here, and the length of the data item here is not necessary in this case here. We don't want the size anytime we can create the data item here. So the length of the data item is not necessary. Now how we are going to make the construction of the trees here. So the construction of the trees we can say that here the overhead of the link to the next data item here. Just here we are going to make the link from one node to the another node. In this manner we are going to construct the trees here. Okay. So this is some note about our introduction, or the note about our non-linear data structures here. Now let's see some important point about the trees. Why? Because we know that a tree is the example for our non-linear data structure here. So such a tree consisting of the node, it contains some of the node. Why? Because I already said the example for the trees, this is the suitable example here. This one is called as the root node, then this one is called as the child node, and later next one, all these are the child node in this case here. So here we can say that because we already have said the each data item is called as a node in this case here, and a tree consisting of the node in this case here, and a node is a structure. Okay here, because it is one type of the structure here, and such node contain using the each node in this case here. So such node which contain the value and the condition. That means here such node is using maybe to add some of the value, or maybe sometime it we are using for the condition here, just to check the condition in this case here, and sometime it create a separate data structure, that means which could be a tree of its own in this case here. So this is about our the child node. Now how many child nodes are there? Why? Because this one is the root node and these are the parent node and this one is called as the our child node in this case. That means I am going to tell about root node. This one is the parent and this one is the child here. And now this one is the parent and these are the childs in this case here. Okay, here. So here all are all as the children or the child. So here some examples are there for child and the children in this case here. So now the next thing about our child node. Here each node in a tree has 0 or more child nodes. So in this case, no any child is there. Clear this point here? So this is here equal to our has 0 or more child nodes in this case here. So the meaning of the child node, each node, because this one is all are called as the node in this case here. So each node in a tree has 0 or more child nodes in this case, and the child nodes which are drawn, that means here the child are growing downwards in this case, which are below it in the tree. Correct no in this? So here we can say that has 0 or more child nodes in this case here, and the trees are growing downwards, that means which are below it in the tree in this case here. And later next one is the parent node, or we can say as the ancestor node, or maybe the superior node here. Now what do you mean by a parent node? That means here we can say that a node that has a child. Correct no here? The parent node means a node that has a child here. Such node is called as the parent node, and a node has at most one parent. Clear this point here? Whatever the node is there here, that means each child node, or we can say that a node has at most one parent here. So this is called as the parent node, ancestor node, or the superior node in this case here. Now what's the meaning of the leaf node here? That means the leaf node is also calling as the terminal node. Okay here? The leaf node also called as the terminal node. Now we know the meaning of the parent node. The parent node means a node that has a child is called as the parent node, ancestor node, or the superior node here. Now what do you mean by a leaf node or the terminal node? That means a node that do not have any children. Clear this point here? Now here just only, that means for every node they have some of the child or the children in this case here, but the last node here no any child or children are there here. So here we can say that the node that do not have any children is called as the leaf node. So this is the example. Okay, here and all these are the example for our leaf node or the terminal node here. Now let's see what's the meaning of the height. Okay, here the meaning of the height means from here top to the bottom. In this case, that is called as the height of a root node or the height of a tree in this case. So here we can say that the height of the node is the height of the tree. Okay, here the height, whatever the height is that the height going to measure, that is from the root node to the leaf node here. Okay, here that means here we can say that the height of the root is the height of the tree in this case here, or in other words we can say that the height of a node is the longest downward path, or we can say as the length of the longest downward path to the leaf node. Okay, here from the root node to the leaf node is called as the height of the tree here. Now second thing, what do you mean by a depth of a tree in this case here? So the depth of a tree, this one is called as the depth of a tree. So the depth of a node is the length of the, here we can say that the length of the path to its root. That means here the height going to measure, that is from top to the bottom here, and like that only the depth going to measure, that is from the bottom to the top in this case here. So we can say that here the depth is called as the the depth of a node is the length of the path to its root is called as the depth of a node here. And later next one, what do you mean by a root node? Now here this node is called as the root node here. So in case of the root node, we can say that the topmost node in a tree here. That means in this structure structure, the topmost node. So this node is called as the root node here. So we can say that the topmost node in a tree is called as the root node, and it is the tree by using which all the operations on the tree is commonly begin or the commence in this case here. But we can say that the root node will not have any parent. See here, why? Because this is the root node. Now these are the children in this case here. Now this is called as the parent node, but here we can say that for our root node it does not or it don't have any parent in this case here. So this one is called as the root node here. Now what do you mean by the internal node or the inner node here? So the internal node or the inner node, so here we can say that here that means the internal node or the inner node here that has a child node and thus not a leaf node. Okay, here that is any node of a tree that has a child node. Okay, so this one is called as the our internal or the inner node that has a child in this case and not a or is not a leaf node. Why? Because we know that what's the meaning of the leaf node? A node that do not have any children is called as the leaf node. That means the internal node means a node that has a child. Okay, here and thus not a leaf node is called as the internal node here. And lastly, we can say that about our subtree. Now, which one is called as the subtree here? So, in this case, when you are going to take the example, for example, this is called as the tree. So, here T is a tree structure in this case here. Okay, here and it consisting of some of the descendants in T in this case here. The what do you mean by a descendants? That means maybe the children or the internal node. You know the meaning of the internal node. Internal node means that means it is a node and that has a child node and not a leaf node. Okay, in this case here. So the subtree. So this one is the example for the subtree. So here T is a tree and consisting of some node in T here and all of its descendants. That means maybe the children containing everything. Such one is called as the subtree. Binary tree. So what do you mean by the binary tree? Now this is the example of the binary tree. So here the binary tree is a tree in which each node has at most two descendants in this case here. So here we can say that what's the meaning of the binary tree? Here suitable example for our binary tree here. So the binary tree, or we can say that before going to start the meaning of the binary tree, the simplest form of tree is called as the binary tree here. Now the meaning of binary tree, it is a tree only in which the each node, that means here this one is the node in this case, the each node has at most two descendants is called as the binary tree in this case here. But here we can say that the node of the binary tree, a node has at most one parent. Clear this point here? So that means a node can have just one, but it cannot have more than two in this case here. Here we can say that means a node can have, in this case here maybe the node is that it can have, that means just one here, but it cannot have more than two. Clear this point here? It cannot have more than two in this case here. So this is the important node of the binary tree in this case. And such binary tree consists of some important point or the node of the binary tree. A node and such node is called as the root node. Well, because whatever the tree going to construct here, maybe by having one node or more than two node, if not possible to use in our binary tree here, or maybe the two node here. That means whatever the tree going to construct, it going to start from the a node that is called as the root node here. And the second point is the left and right subtrees here. So this one is called as the left and right. Okay, here left and right subtrees here. So these are the two important node of the binary trees here. Now what's the importance in this case here? Well, because we know that the binary tree, it is a tree and it can create the data structure. It can create the data structure in yes or no decision making process. Okay, here, well, because here the importance of the binary tree, it can create the data structure in yes or no decision making process. Maybe if anything that here yes or no is going to make the decision making process in this case here. And later next one is equal to some point, important point in our binary tree. That is the root node here. We already know what's the meaning of the root node. That means the topmost node of a tree. The topmost node of a tree is called as the root node in this case here. And the node from which all operation on the tree is commonly begin. Okay here, it is one node, and whatever the operation we are going to start, such operation going to start by using our root node only here. And in null tree, that is a root node may not exist. A null tree with no nodes in it. It can have maybe the 0 or maybe the 1. That is the root node can have the 0 or maybe the 1 or maybe our 2 children in this case here. So this is the meaning of the root node, or simply we can say that a node at the top of a tree is called as the root node in this case, and the root node will not have any parent here, and whatever the operation going to start or begin just by using our root node, and the root node containing or it can have 0, 1 or maybe the 2 children. Okay here, and later next one is the leaf node. I have already said in our tree structures what the meaning of the leaf node here. So the node at the bottom of a tree in this case here. So in this case, which is the example, this is the example about our leaf node here. That means a node at the bottom of a tree, or simply we can say that the leaf node have no children. Okay here, the leaf node not containing or have no children in this case here. So this is called as the leaf node here. And later next one, complete tree. Which one is called as the complete tree here? That means all the node have maximum 2 subtrees. That is here, maybe this is the example or this is the meaning of the binary tree. Binary tree is a tree in which each node has at most 2 descendants in this case. When you are going to check in this case here, first of all this one is the root node, it containing 2 children here, here also 2 children, here also 2 children here. So this is about our complete tree here. That means each node has at most 2 descendants. So this one is only called as the complete tree, or the node have maximum 2 subtrees is called as the complete tree here. Now what do you mean by the height in this case? The height of the root is the height of the tree in this case here. So, or simply we can say that the number of node which must be traversed, that is from the root node to the leaf node of a tree, is called as the height of a tree here. That means the number of node or the node which must be going to start, which must be traversing, that is from the our root node to the leaf node in a tree here is called as the height of a tree here. Next concept is the graph. So in our graph we can say that now this is the diagram about the graph here. And a graph is a set of vertices and edge which connect them here. This is the meaning of the graph here. So here vertices means this one is called as the node only called as the, or the collection of node is called as the vertices. Okay here, so here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices are there here. So we can say that a graph is a set or the collection of the vertices and edge. That means here the each node connected to one to another by using the links is called as the edge, and which connect them one to another here. And now let's see simply what's the meaning of the graph here. So graph is a collection of nodes. Okay here, it is a collection of the node, and such node is called as the vertices. That means the vertices means it is a collection, it is a set of nodes, it's a collection of the nodes is called as the vertices, and the connection between them, how we connect it from one node to the another, that means by using the link in this case here, and the connection between them, that is called as the edge. So this is the meaning about our graph here. Now let's see what's the meaning of the directed graph. Which graph is called as the directed graph in this case. When the edge in a graph have a direction, okay here, when any our here node have a direction in this case here, or we can say that when any link in a graph have a direction in this case here, such graph is called as the directed graph and only called as the D graph. Clear this point here? When any link, that means here when the edge or the link in a graph have a direction, such graph is called as the directed graph or the D graph here. Now what do you mean by the directed edge or the arcs in this case here? So and the edge here we can say that are called the directed edge and the arcs in this case here. Okay here. So this is about the meaning about our directed graph, or we can say that the directed edge or the arcs in this case here. And here it is one simple diagram about the graph in this case here, and this diagram shows that here how many nodes are there. Why? Because we know that the meaning of the graph is a collection of the node is called as the vertices here. So in this diagram totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the 5 vertices, the 5 nodes here, and how many edges are there, how many links are there, that means the each node connected one to another by using 7 edges, 7 links are there. So here this one is the first link here, okay, 2 and 3 here, later next one is the 4, 5 and 6, and later this one is the 7. So we can say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices here and 7 links, that is means called as the edge are there here, and the edge that is called as the A and D. Clear this point here? Why? Because here 2 links are there in this case, and the edge or the links that is between the A and D here, and also the B and C are the paths that make a double-headed arrow in this case here. Why? Because here how many links are there in between these two here, B and C? It also contain 2 links. A and D, it also contain 2 links in this case here. That means all these are the A and D are the paths, B and C all are the paths only here, and that make a double-headed arrow here.